Hi, so this is a short 5-minute video about the product flow of Antelope and the major things that I have been struggling with and I would need to make working. So hopefully you've watched the first part of this in which we approach this more theoretically and I explained a little bit about the background of American politics and what we're trying to build towards. So just again, a 10-second iteration. It's we're building for people who are running for these really, really small seats right here in towns, all the way up to congressional and Senate members. But that's the market that we want to create a beachhead in. So we want to create something that's affordable, that is a day zero sort of campaign intelligence. So you sit down, you're able to get your analytics out, you're able to get a rough overview of what you should do, you're able to get your dashboards, your intelligence layers, your sending out of surveys, and analytics and all of that. So let's dive into it. So hopefully this will just take a couple of minutes. So when you first log into Antelope, again, this is for an expert user. We don't. This is not sort of open to the public. We might discuss where we have a pricing model where we allow anybody to sort of sign up with an email and get some basic analytics, and then we gatekeep parts of that and create a architectural hierarchy. But for now, it's mostly closed. So you come in and then we'll create an onboarding, but that's not there for now. So you're able to sort of just click this and then just click refresh report or open in chat or generate a deeper report and so on. So these are plugins to MIT election labs and other things like that, where there's lots and lots of documents that are created. We'll just be able to filter this through an LLM and sort of prompt it where it's like answer only what is relevant to New Jersey District 5, New Jersey District 11, and so on. So right there and then the person sits down, they get a report on what they should do, what they should look at, and they're able to chat with that. Most of that is just off the shelf cloud. We can pay a bit of money ourselves to gather these district intelligence maps and reports. These are available online. There's also free APIs and so on and so forth. The map, of course, needs to be made working. So map based, some features that are here. We've got a map assistant that can be opened up to create a chat that's on everything. It's really just cloud. You can upload data sets to map. So if you already have CSVs and other files like that, you just upload that, and the AI should be able to map that on. So we can see, for example, like Ringwood is a little bit more red, and Wantage is a little bit more blue, and so on and so forth. The last thing here that I want to be made working is the bot scraper. So you should be able to click this and just create a little scraper that goes on Google or something, and then looks at news that's relevant to New Jersey 5 and puts the locations of these things here. So that's more or less it for the map based thing. Um, really, oh, and the last feature is geofencing. So, for example, let's say you live in this town of Ringwood, and you want to direct people to volunteer in this area here, um, like that. Let's say oops, and we've got a mistake. So let's say you want to create something like that where where you have a CSV file of, let's say, 1000 addresses in the town of Ringwood, and you want to be able to say, okay, just give me the addresses that correspond to this area here in this geofence. We should be able to do that as well. But for now, for sort of launch pre-beta 1.0, that's not so crucial a feature. Okay, feature number 2. When we click on create survey, we want all of the AI automations to work. So right now we've got this. So we want to create, like, CX survey, etc., 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 and then there should be a button where you click generate and it generates it out. And I'm not sure where the button has gone, but that's what we want. So it comes out, it's fully editable. In the past, it has worked. I'm not sure what has happened. It's fully editable, and you can click when to launch it out. So once you create that, it should show up in the survey overview, the survey dashboard here, and you should be able to click a tasking and an action to be able to send those surveys out, for example, on different channels. So let me explain how that looks. If it loads, it looks like it's not really loading here now. There we go. So we've got a voter sentiment poll, and all of that. So we want some actions, for example. We want some other actions that should be here. So one of them is to test the results and other things like that. We can go in depth. But the idea is this survey now, we want to be able to take this, go to channels, and send this out. Um, Regarding SMS and our Twilio, that should be built in using our Twilio, and we'll discuss the pricing in detail. But we should have a list of numbers on SMS and email and web and all of that. Once the results come in, of course, we should have a containerized no-code Python. So you have the results and you type in like, okay, what proportion of women in the sample feel X, Y, and Z about this, and so on. And all of those regressions should be run. Further on, once those results are launched, we should be able to click download, and then it's exportable to a PDF and all that, so that people can share it on Instagram and TikTok and so on and so forth. So right now we've covered three features. So the first is the geo overlook of the data. The second is survey creation and being able to push that out. The third is this analytics, where we get the results in and we're able to analyze that really quickly, and choose what to do with that and allow people to create content. And the last thing is sort of voter fundraising files. So you might have a file where there's like 100 people, and you might want to isolate, for example, and addresses and all of that. You might want to ask the AI to isolate only the women in the sample, or only the men, or only people above age 40, for example. So you isolate that, you get the numbers, you get the emails, and then you're able to send those surveys out only to the emails and the numbers. So that's quite nice. We have another couple of tools down here. Right now, because it's quite late in the electoral cycle, most people will have completed the fundraising cycles, and of course, there's volunteer staff and compliance. So we can talk about all of that in detail at some other point. But that's more or less it. So again, to reiterate, the four things are overview of the data, survey creation, and being able to push that out, getting the channels working, survey intake and analytics, and the last thing is voter fundraise, sort of voter segmentation. Yeah, and being able to share, for example, payment donation links that are already up there from WinRed and ActBlue should be part of the first one as well. Okay, and that's it from me. Bye.